Hold up, Broncos Country. You're not going to believe the bombshell that just dropped in the NFL world. An opportunity that could be perfect for our Denver Broncos is emerging right in front of us. And check out this incredible coincidence. It has everything to do with Colorado. Folks, picture this scene, a player who literally spent the last 2 years right here in our state, who knows every corner of Denver, who's already breathed this mountain air, and who might be available to strengthen our defense that's already flying high. But hold on, Denver Broncos family, because there's more to this story than you can imagine. I'm talking about talent, opportunity, perfect timing, and a last name that everyone in football knows very well. Stay with me, because you're going to understand why this could be the smartest move our organization can make right now. Folks, let's get straight to the point. We're talking about Shiloh Sanders. That's right, the son of the legendary Deion Sanders. And what an interesting situation is developing for our Denver Broncos family. First, let me give you the full context so you understand the scenario. Shiloh Sanders is currently on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers roster, but here's the detail that could change everything. With cutdown day coming on August 26th, there's a real possibility he could be released by the Bucs. And that's where our golden opportunity comes in. Broncos Country. Let's talk about who this guy is. Shiloh Sanders is a 25-year-old defensive back who had a pretty interesting journey through college football. He started at South Carolina in 2019, played 2 seasons there, then went to Jackson State to play for his dad between 2021 and 2022. And when Deion Sanders made that historic move to take over Colorado in 2023, guess who came along? Exactly. Shiloh followed his father. And folks, this is where it gets interesting for us. This guy spent the last 2 years playing right here in Colorado. He knows the state, knows the weather conditions, knows the altitude, knows the local culture. That's a huge advantage. In the 2024 season for Colorado, Shiloh Sanders showed his worth. 67 tackles, 1 sack, 1 forced fumble, and 2 fumble recoveries. Numbers that show a guy who's not afraid of physical contact and knows how to do his part on the field. What's up, Broncos Country? Can you already see where this could work out for us? Now, I'll explain why this could be a smart addition to our defense. Sean Payton and his coaching staff built one of the most solid defenses in the league last season. We added pieces like Talanoa Hufanga and Dre Greenlaw in free agency, selected Jahdae Barron in the draft. Our defense was already strong, but depth is never too much. Shiloh Sanders brings some very specific characteristics that could fit perfectly in our defensive scheme. The guy is known for being a hard hitter, one of those players who's not afraid to come in strong on the tackle. That's music to any defensive coordinator's ears. He could be an excellent option as a run defender, an area where his aggressiveness and tackling technique could make a difference. And check out this versatility. The guy can also play special teams, giving more options to our coaching staff. An interesting thing about Shiloh's profile is that he started his college career playing cornerback at South Carolina. Over time, it became clear that his future was at the safety position. But that previous experience at corner brings valuable versatility. He can play nickelback in certain formations, can play in the slot when needed. Broncos Country, can you visualize how this flexibility could be useful in different defensive packages? Sean Payton has always been known as an offensive coach, but he's no fool. The guy understands the importance of having a physical and aggressive defense. Shiloh Sanders would fit perfectly into this philosophy. A player who's not afraid of contact, who hits hard on tackles, who can play multiple positions. And there's another factor we can't ignore: familiarity with the region. Folks, the guy literally lived here in Colorado for the last 2 years. No need to adapt to the climate, altitude, or local lifestyle. That's a considerable advantage when it comes to a possible transition. Now, let's talk about the real chances of this happening. Tampa Bay is dealing with a wave of injuries in their secondary. This could either increase the chances of them keeping Shiloh on the roster or create an opportunity if they decide to go in another direction. If the Buccaneers decide to release him, Our organization needs to be ready to act fast. The guy has the talent to play in the NFL. I have no doubt about that. If he can't get a spot on the main roster, he could easily be a valuable addition to the practice squad. If you're true Broncos Country and don't want to miss any hot news about our beloved team, hit that subscribe button. Turn on notifications because there's always interesting movement in the Denver Broncos family. Look, family, I'll be straight with you. This would be a very smart move by our organization. We're talking about a young player with recent experience in high-level college football who knows our region, who has defensive versatility, and who's available at a very low cost. Shiloh Sanders might not be an All-Pro immediately, but he has all the characteristics to be a solid contributor. And considering our need for depth in the secondary and special teams, it would be an addition that makes a lot of sense. The timing is perfect, the opportunity is there, and it would be a shame to let it pass. Let's analyze our secondary needs a bit more deeply. We have established players in the main positions, but when we talk about rotation and depth, there's always room for improvement. Shiloh Sanders could be exactly that piece that gives the coaching staff peace of mind. At the safety position especially, having a player with Shiloh's physical mentality would be valuable. He's not necessarily the best in man coverage. That's a known limitation of his game. But his strength lies in run defense and the ability to make sure tackles Broncos Country. Just think about the situation. A player who can contribute immediately. On special teams, who can be used in specific defensive packages, who knows the region and comes with extra motivation to prove his worth. And there's one more thing you need to consider, the psychological factor. The guy spent 2 years watching Denver Broncos games on TV, probably rooted for us a few times, knows our players, our philosophy. This makes integration much easier. Sean Payton likes smart and versatile players. Shiloh Sanders, with his experience in multiple positions and his tactical understanding, developed playing for his father, fits perfectly into this profile. If our organization can get this addition, it would be another demonstration that we're always alert to market opportunities. That's how you build a competitive roster, taking advantage of every chance to improve, even if they're seemingly small additions. The season is coming, family, and every piece can make the difference between a good campaign and a historic campaign. Just imagine the narrative. Shiloh Sanders going from college Colorado directly to professional Colorado, defending the orange and blue colors that have become part of the local landscape. It would be an almost poetic transition, and look how interesting. He would have the chance to prove he can shine at the highest level of football, right here in the region where he spent his last years as a college player. That's extra motivation that no amount of money can buy. Broncos Country. What do you think? Would this be a good addition to our family? Our organization has always been smart when it comes to identifying talent and opportunities. If Shiloh Sanders really becomes available, I hope our front office is watching and ready to act. The window is open, the opportunity is there, and it would be a shame to let a player with this profile and this familiarity with our region slip away to another team. Let's hope that if this situation really materializes, our Denver Broncos family is at the front of the line to welcome another player who can contribute to our goals. So, Denver Broncos family, what would you do if you were Sean Payton? Would you go after Shiloh Sanders if he becomes available? Do you think he would fit into our defensive scheme? Comment below with your opinion. Want to see more content about possible roster additions? Drop that like, share with your Broncos Country friends, and stay tuned because there's always hot news about our Denver Broncos family. Till the next video, and remember, Broncos Country, let's go together. Go Broncos!